Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem. Kyrie Jesu Domine.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. Yesterday we had a internet outage. Apparently a pole got hit or something, so it was out in our area. So I filmed a video early in the morning but didn't upload it till just recently this morning. By the time things got settled yesterday afternoon, I was busy down at the office and I recorded it at home, and then didn't upload it till yesterday on YouTube, and then finally copied it to Facebook Wednesday morning. So for YouTubers, if you're listening to me on YouTube, this is just standard business as normal. It's just later yesterday. For Facebook people, you get 2 videos today. But I'm going through my morning prayers as a priest in the office of readings. We get the story of the Israelites in the desert. They've been led to freedom. They've been saved from Pharaoh's army. They have been given food to eat with minimal effort. Manna shows up in the morning, and quail show up at night. So they have an ample amount of food. Now it's the same thing day in and day out, but they're given plenty of food to eat. They are being sustained on their journey. It's not a feast, it's not luxurious food, but it passes the bill of sating people's hunger. The manna and the quail. Well, then they complain about lack of water and raise a cry to God and to Moses that once again they've been brought out to the desert to die. And this is a repeated thing Israel does. You brought us out of the desert to die. Would that we would have stayed in Egypt. You know, slavery. Comfortable slavery is more desirable than challenging freedom. I mean, that's a terrible reality for Israel. And so we have the incident this morning of Meribah and Massah, where Moses strikes the rock for water. Now the office gave us the kind remembrance of it, but it will be remembered outside of Exodus, I think in Numbers, that Moses struck the rock twice, thereby dishonoring God. Even though only God and Moses knew that Moses was supposed to strike the rock once. I mean, they're the only two who knew. The Israelites were completely oblivious to it. But Moses knew that he did it out of impatience. His one act of impatience. And for that one act of impatience, of seeming lack of faith, Moses will not get to go to the Holy Land. He gets to go to the threshold of it. He gets to behold it. And he dies on a mountaintop. And he doesn't complain about that sentence. God is not unfair. When God rebukes Moses, Moses takes it. Doesn't argue with the Lord, that is. Standards are too high, too unreasonable, unfair. But it becomes the infamous waters of Meribah and Massah, where Israel tested God. It would eventually be one of the things that leads them to their 40-year odyssey in the desert. You know, they wander around 40 years in the desert not because they're lost, but because God is going to punish the generation of complainers so that none of them see the promised land. Only their children and grandchildren. He will provide for them throughout their trip in the desert, providing manna and quail and water. But he will not let them see the promised land because they have forsaken it too much. The final straw, which is coming up, is when they send scouts to the promised land. They come back with this abundant produce, wonderful food and abundance, and yet they are told that the people of the land are giants and they destroy everybody that comes there. even though they've seen God help them do numerous acts of deliverance, they report discouraging words, and people grow disheartened and complain. Once again, God and Moses have brought us out here to die. So fill your hearts with gratitude rather than complaint, and thank the Lord for where He's leading you and from where you've come, rather than thinking that going back there is worthwhile. It never is when the Lord leads us out of sin. Have a blessed Wednesday, y'all.